Hey guys, what is up? Aoki here. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today we are going to be looking at a challenger level Senna gameplay. The only problem with that is that this player has been severely accused of being a scripter, which if you don't know what that means, scripting is basically it's cheating. It's hacking. It's using a script or a program software to basically play the game for you. It's not you controlling your character. Yeah, I want to go ahead and apologize in advance because my nose is incredibly stuffed up. I'm sorry that I sound really weird, but I just had surgery a few days ago to correct some breathing issues. So I sound like this. You're going to have to deal with that for this one. But yeah, it's going to be a really interesting video. I'm basically making this video for three separate reasons. The first is that hopefully you're entertained. Two, the second reason is that we're going to be looking at challenger level Senna gameplay, which is really, really exciting and something that I think that a lot of you guys are interested in. And three, this is going to serve as basically an investigation into whether or not Club KR, who is a current challenger player, is cheating, is scripting. It's a pretty severe accusation, and basically once you're known as a scripter, your reputation is pretty ruined, and hopefully Riot, removes them from the Rift if they are indeed scripting, which I'm not convinced yet. We're going to be looking at the gameplay, but basically how I stumbled upon this is that there is a Twitter account called NA Challengers that tweets out whenever someone hits Challenger for the first time. It's really cool. Everybody gets really excited. It's like, yeah, we hit Challenger. So I saw this name, and then an unnamed associate of mine that was in the game with them said, yeah, they're scripting. So yeah, so right away, here's their OPGG. They're currently at 650 LP, which is pretty impressive. Great job, bro. Unless you're a cheating piece of shit, and in which case, not great job. You're a loser. But yeah, so they play Senna. What's interesting to see is that they do actually play like a pretty interesting variety of champions. Looks like they played Yone, Caitlyn, Soraka, Tristana, Lulu, Xerath. I would say that this, if you're being investigated as a scripter, I would say having Xerath in your match history is not a very good look. Xerath is the #1 most efficient champion to script with, since obviously all of their abilities are skill shots, and when you script, you can basically land every single skill shot. But yeah, enough about that. Maybe they just like Xerath. Maybe they just like these champions. I will say it's a weird champion to script on, Senna. I've never heard of like Senna being like a popular champion to script with, but maybe this is a first. But let's go in giving them a complete clean slate. We are not going to accuse them of anything. We're just basically going to be looking at this until, they're innocent until proven guilty. This is a challenger level Senna player, as far as we know. So, all right. A little bit late to the game. Also, we're going to try to make this a little bit of an educational, almost like a coaching session. I'm going to give my thoughts on the gameplay because obviously I am the rank 1 Senna, best Senna player in the world. So we're a little late to lane. We didn't ward or anything. Shame on you. Let's talk about their summoner usage. Ignite against Tristana and Pyke is really, really bad. I saw that they go Ignite Senna every single game. Really, really awkward summoner usage for Senna. She's a very long-range character. She doesn't usually need exhaust or ignite to finish players off, nor is she ever in range to use it effectively. It's a very short range spell. Exhaust is much better, especially against Tristana. So Club KR, whether or not you're a scripter or not, there's a little bit of free advice. Go exhaust against Tristana, Pyke. All right, so got a little bit of a wiggle. So what things we're going to be looking at to determine whether or not they're a scripter is their dodging of skill shots, mainly the Pyke hook, and possibly like Syndra Stud, stuff like that. But the script is going to prioritize like higher threat. It's got like a threat analysis built into it. Most scripts do. It's like, so if you get hit by a Pyke hook, it'll say like you have like an 80 to 90% chance of dying. So it will prioritize not getting hit by a Pyke hook more than it will prioritize like not taking an auto attack trade with Tristana, stuff like that. But that's what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for her positioning, for her movement, and seeing if she is a human player or a scripter. Okay, so right away, Pyke enters the bush, which is this is very standard into the Senna Pyke matchup. Pyke, should probably go like sweeper and be like trying to control the bush. Senna's trying to, keep vision of it. Okay, so we're about to watch the very first hook of the game. So let's see how this goes. She loses vision, and it was almost like immediately. The millisecond she lost vision of Pyke because he was sweeping and removing vision of the ward, she immediately started backing off. She was very comfortable to like be here and be like ready to dodge the hook. But now that she doesn't have vision, it's almost like she's giving herself a little bit more of a safety net. So let's see. The very first hook of the game. Okay. Dodges it, but it hits Jinx. You know, maybe that was just a good dodge. Who knows? I will say, her playing this far outside of the wave against the Pyke matchup, this is a really, really tough matchup for Senna. Senna into Pyke is, like, incredibly Pyke favored, especially at, like, level 1. So her, like, being this ballsy, like, being able to draw, like, a direct line from the bush to her without even standing behind minions is, like, pretty insane. Yeah, okay. I mean, she didn't really have to dodge that one. That one kind of just missed. She was behind minions. I will say she didn't react to it, which is kind of weird. I've seen my fair share of scripts in my day, and when it already knows that it doesn't have to dodge, it like won't react to it at all, which is a very inhuman thing. Like even if I'm safe, I'll probably like react to a hook coming out of the bush, right? Coming out of Fog of War. All right, so normal stuff, just kind of chilling, kind of vibing. Okay. Okay, so we just saw our first... This isn't damning, this isn't like condemning or anything, but this is a pretty suspect action here. So let's watch it again. All right. So, Senna's just kind of vibing. They're relatively safe. Pyke goes for an E, doesn't land it on anyone. Senna gets the W, starts pumping autos, has a very weird shuffle in between her auto attack cooldown. Oh, I just noticed that Jinx had exhaust, by the way. So, take back everything I said earlier. I think it's still better to have it on Senna, but anyways, let's watch this again without me interrupting it. Now, watch what happens. She very quickly changes targets from Pyke to the Tristana. When the scenario changes with Tristana flashing under the turret, do you see how immediately she snapped to shooting the Tristana? It's like she was DPSing Pyke, and then she realized that Tristana was diving. So even though like it's a very natural thing to do, like auto queue into one single target, she autoed the Pyke and queued the Tristana. She snapped her targeting so quickly. Also, you did not need to flash this. She's going to die to the turret shot. You don't need to flash auto her. And even if she doesn't die to the turret shot, look where your jungler's at. Like, your jungler could just come down here and, like, kill her. So that was a wasted flash. Again, suspect. Weird behavior, but it's nothing that we're going to crucify them for. Maybe that was just really god-tier decision-making in the moment. All right, so we land a W. We get a Q. Okay. Now it's starting to get... Now, this is like... Yes, maybe she's just really, really confident in her dodges. But, like, this is a challenger-level player making the decision to, like, trade outside of her wave for no reason. Like, the payoff here is so little. Think about what Senna actually gains by, like, trading with Pyke here. She gets, like, a little bit of gold from her Spectral Sickle, right? She gets a soul. She gets... That's it, right? Pyke's going to regenerate all this damage. It's not like they're going for a kill here or anything. But think about what Pyke gets if he lands this hook. We know Zach is going to be bot. We know it. So the trade here is just so... The risk to reward ratio. That's what you need to be thinking about, because scripts have all of that, like, calculated. They know with 100%, like, accuracy, they can dodge the hook. So they don't need to be worrying about, like, oh, man, it's like a 50-50 whether or not I get hooked. So they know 100% I'm not getting hooked, so this is just free damage. Humans don't think like that because humans don't have the... They don't have the leniency. They don't have the convenience of being able to dodge every single hook, right? So to like trading outside of this mid wave is pretty bad, but obviously, and I want to look at the timing here because scripts are very, very like pixel perfect. The second the hook is cast is when they start dodging it. So let's see. Whereas like humans start dodging, like they have to predict when they're like when Pyke is going to throw the hook. They can see it charging, but they kind of have to like know. They kind of have to just like guess, is it going to be a short charge or a long charge? When's he going to throw it? So they start dodging beforehand. But like this guy starts charging it, and it's like she's just completely brave until it's released. And then the very like frame that he releases it. Okay, this is starting to look pretty bad. This is starting to look pretty bad for Club KR. Yeah, the very frame that like Pyke releases the hook is when she starts dodging. She's just DPSing until the very frame that it's released, and then she starts dodging. All right, so then she concludes the trade, dodges forward when she sees the Zac gank, even though every instinct in an actual challenger player's mind is going to be telling them go backwards towards safety, towards the safety of like their teammate, their jungler, their turret, their wave. But instead, it knows it can't dodge backwards because it'll get hit by Zac. So it dodges forward, actually putting itself in more danger. Again, until I am 100% certain that this player is scripting, I'm not going to say they're scripting. I have to be 100% convinced. Because again, this player is, by all, you know, what the system's telling us, is a challenger player. We got Sheen. I don't know what this idiot's building. But, Sheen is not super great on Senna, in my opinion. I guess she's maybe going for a tankier build. All right, so we are rotating. That's another thing, is that the script doesn't like literally play the game for you. It doesn't like tell you when to roam or like take complete control of your character. It's more like the moment to moment, like micro. Like you have complete control like on your roams and on the items that you buy. It's more of just like a moment to moment. It will dodge all the skill shots that it can on a micro sense. You guys know like micro versus macro, right? Micro is like small scale, like 2v2, like in team fights. The actual movement of your character. Macro is like large scale, what's going on the map, should I go top, stuff like that. Okay, so once again, we're being like incredibly brave around these completely unwarded bushes. Like notice how she just kind of haphazardly like walks wherever she wants, despite not knowing that like all three of these bushes could have a Pyke in it. The Pyke set a matchup, you have to play like really, really cautious. It's like Schrodinger's cat. Like if you don't know where Pyke is, you should assume Pyke is here. If you don't know Pyke is here, then Pyke is here. If you don't know Pyke is here, then Pyke is here, right? But like, look, they're just like kind of walking wherever they want. Like giving themselves like a lot of like vulnerabilities in terms of like, if Pyke is here, he has a hook angle, right? But she just doesn't seem to care. Yeah, Pyke was there. And it's like, I mean, any challenger player is going to know that, like, you have to respect that Pyke. That's literally his entire gameplay. It's like snowball through lane by, like, bush cheesing. Okay, I think I missed a hook. Hey, so did Pyke. Dang it. All right, let's watch this at normal speed. Okay, Pyke comes out of hook, or comes out of stealth. Once again, I don't think he's actually landed a hook, has he? See, I mean, there's nothing really they could do. The scripts can't break the actual rules of the game. It's not like a script can give Senna another flash. So when Pyke does like an absolutely undodgeable thing like that, like E-flashing, that's pretty much the only time you're going to land anything. It's always fun to kill a scripter. Again, not saying this player is a scripter, but it's not looking good. Always fun to kill scripters, because it's like... It's more satisfying to kill scripters because you know that like players that rely on cheats to play the like mechanical part of the game and like the micro part of the game usually don't have very good game sense or like game understanding. It's because like they've given themselves that crutch. In my experience against scripters anyways, they're not very smart players or good players. All right. So this, I mean, this started to get like kind of egregious. He walks up to the bush again. Again. It's like he's making the same mistake, but the script is not letting him get punished for it. So he just keeps making it. Like if any of these hooks had landed, he'd be dead in a lane like this. Pike Tristana. Tristana's already on level 6. Like he'd be dead. So like once again, going back to that risk reward ratio, like what does he even gain by positioning right here? Tristana as a champion is naturally going to push the wave into him. He knows exactly how Pike as a champion needs to operate, aka bush chase, and yet he just keeps walking up. Instead of just sitting under his turret and waiting for a gank, he takes that risk, almost as if he knows he can't get punished for it. Crazy, right? All right, so some more hooks. Now we are, once again, 8 minutes and 30 seconds into a game, and he hasn't been hooked yet. What I will say is that if I was a cheating piece of shit loser, I would probably at this point start getting nervous that people are going to suspect me. And I've seen there's YouTube tutorials out there. I'm not at all encouraging people to seek them out and use them, but there are tutorials out there on like what scripts look like. And there's like a lot of like dials and hotkeys that you can push to like tone it down to make it like less obvious. Because, you know, a script performing at like 10 out of 10, it's obviously not going to be a human player. There's going to be like 40 actions per second. So sometimes they tone it down to like 4 or 3. This one looks to be operating at pretty high capacity though. Again, being able, dude, okay, dude, you are griefing, man. You are actually griefing. Like, this is the support player that people make fun of. He is walking up and giving Pike a kiss for no reason. I mean, dude, you played so badly, your script couldn't even bail you out. I'm pretty convinced this is a script, by the way. He literally walks so close to Pike that not even his script can get him out of this. How pathetic is this? I mean... Alright, so he does finally get hit. Doesn't die. Still has flash. He survives here, though. Oh, no. Okay. Dude, I wanted to believe... You're just giving Senna players a bad name, man. Okay, so let's break this down. Barely survives, still pathing forward, despite having absolutely, like, no reason to. They should be licking their wounds and, like, thinking about backing here. But what do we do instead? We path forward, and then instantly flash. And I'm talking... frame perfect flash on the Pike ult. The second the script registers they're going to be executed, it flashes. And watch this. Like, once again, DPSing when he absolutely shouldn't be. He has no advantage here. He doesn't have juggler on side. Doesn't even know where enemy juggler is. He's already lost, like, the trade. Level 5 to level 6. But once again, giving kisses to Pike. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. Club KR, you are a scripter. You know, I know you're going to see this video. I know one of your friends is going to send you this video, if you have friends. I'd love to have a sit-down talk with you, man. And, you know, maybe you can plead your case and convince me otherwise. But as of so far, you are not playing like a human being. I've played thousands of games of Senna. I know what good Senna players look like. I know what bad Senna players look like. And I know what scripts playing Senna looks like. So, yeah, I'd love to have a sit-down talk with you. But as of for now, you are scripting. So we're just going to keep watching this game. See if he does anything else goofy. All right, so let's watch this. Watch this again. So once again, like, completely disrespecting the extreme range of, like, Pike and Zac ganks. I think does he actually interrupt an auto attack here to dodge? I mean, even like the movement there, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actions, 1, 2, 3 actions, 1, 2, 3 actions. Like, people just don't click like this. Wait, she Q autoed like mid-air Zac. Hold up. Wait, this is just impressive that the script can do this. This is just a cool set of angle. All right, watch this. She Qs through Zac. Oh my god. And then she autos Zac. She Qs through Zac. She Qs through a minion, hits Zac and Tristana, autos the Zac, immediately starts backtracking so she doesn't get hit by the Zac slap. Script registers that she's safe, starts pathing forward. I mean, that was kind of just sick. That was just kind of cool. Once again, having absolutely no regard for her own life, walking into these bushes. Going mid. I will say, Senna seems like a really weird champion to script with. You usually want like immobile, but like really like agile champions. Champions like Jinx, Kog'Maw, Xerath. Champions that like, one, have a large reliance on skill shots, but two, champions that can do like a lot of actions per minute. And Senna doesn't really fit that bill. It's kind of weird that like she's scripting with Senna. She got the Q off even though she was getting stunned. Kind of cool. All right, back to lane. Dodges the Q. I mean, just look at these dodges. See, this is what I'm talking about. It didn't register that it was in threat because it knew it wasn't throwing the hook at it, so it just stood right here in Pyke's face. It didn't even try to dodge. Oh, but that's going to hit. So look at this. It squeezes itself in between the Zac Q and the turret, and then immediately goes back to picking up souls and DPSing. Too funny. Now, I will say, like, Senna's W, she, like, even if you're scripting with that, there is a level of prediction and, like, unpredictability with it, because it's got such a slow travel time that, like, players could dodge it. So the script, I'd be kind of curious to like know how the script even operates with that, because like it has to like compute whether it thinks Pyke is going to dodge up or down, right? And it can't be right every single time. It'd be like, even if you program like software to like guess the flip of a coin, it's not going to get it right every single time. It can't, even if it's perfect software. If the coin is like truly random, you know, 50%. All right, so hey, we're touching their turret for the first time. Nice. Whoa! What? Okay, I don't even know what just happened here. Oh my god. And it didn't even move. And it got off an auto W. Okay, so once again, what happened there is that it kind of just has like a threat analysis. It knows it's going to get executed by Pyke ult, and the only way that it can get out of that is by dodging backwards into him, and then it can't dodge auto attacks, so it just dies. And I notice I'm calling it an it because this is not a player, and honestly, I don't even really consider them a human. If you're a cheater, you're just like, you're beneath human to me. Guys, if there's one thing you get away from this video, please just, like, understand, like, how big of a loser cheating in a video game makes you. Like, really, like, get a reality check. Like, take a step back.
Rampage.
Just think about like what you're doing with your life. Okay, so let's look at this again. Maybe some of you guys missed this. Senna gets vision of Pyke for a quarter second or less. And even though his attention should be on the skirmish going on down here, you know, the thing that they're rotating to, like, their eyes should be on here. They should be thinking about, how am I going to play this fight? Do I need to flash heal my Kha'Zix? But instead, it sees Pyke for a literal quarter of a second and is able to Q him in that time. Really great awareness, bro. All right. Well, I mean, these are just going to be like team fights. There probably isn't going to be like anything super suspicious in these team fights. I don't think we're going to see like anything more obvious than what occurred in laning phase and in the team fight we just watched. But let's watch just in case. So she throws her ulti. I'm not even going to go look and see if it was a good ulti. We're just walking through the jungle wherever we want. Wow, this is another... Okay, so this is another cool thing. They're basically focusing two different champions at once. So its focus is on Zac, right? But Pyke comes out of vision and immediately gets Q'd, autoed by Senna, and positions in a way that he's not put up against the wall so that he can dodge it. Doesn't even need to wait to see if he successfully dodged it, just immediately goes back to DPSing. Ooh. Nicely timed Senna Q that actually hits multiple Zac blobs. Watch this. This is actually like a neat little Senna trick. It hits 3 Zac blobs there. See? Maybe we can learn from cheaters, guys. Educational. Once again, a really weird dodge because it's dodging what should be considered further into danger instead of like back what is the natural instinct to dodge towards your team. But she dodges the Zac blob or Zac jump. Oh, I think she dies here. Dodge this. Alright, so we've got 3 dragons. We're up by a lot of kills. It's probably just going to be like a Baron and finish angle. Oh, they went to Sunder. That's like a really outdated Senna build too. Dude, you're just like, it's frustrating because like people are going to think that this guy's good, you know what I mean? People are going to like follow his playstyle and build. Don't do it, guys. Don't follow their playstyle. Watch me instead. Yeah, okay, so I mean, they're probably just gonna like mid-5. Easiest way to end a game like this. Maybe someone gets caught in the jungle. But I really went into this video like wanting the person that told me that they're a scripter to be wrong. I wanted to believe that there's like a player out there that is just like a really dedicated, good, talented Senna player and hit challenger, but Nah, I'm 100% sure it's a scripter. Yeah, unfortunately, that Club KR is indeed a scripter. Again, Club KR, I know you're going to watch this video sometime. Someone's going to send it to you at some point or point it out to you. Yo, DM me on Discord, bro. Let's get in the room. Let's talk about why you're a cheater. Or maybe you could somehow convince me that you're not a cheater. But from what I watched from this gameplay, you are indeed scripting. So mystery solved, guys. Not a real Challenger Senna player. Club KR is indeed a scripter. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys learned something from it. Whether it's not just like, you know, whether it's about like how to play the Senna Pike matchup. Hopefully this was like educational to you in some sense. And maybe now you know what to look out for in scripts. But yeah, Riot, you need to ban this player. Riot, I'm more than happy to talk with you guys as well, Riot. But please moderate your game. Otherwise, you know, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take it easy, boys. Peace.